Now I will give you an assignment based on reading DOM data, document object model data. Now my requirement is you need to create a page with the name calc.html and the page must contain two text boxes, X text box and then Y text box and then the add button. Now my requirement is when user gives some data into these text boxes and then clicks on add button, I want to read this text boxes data and I wanted to perform the addition operation on this data present in these text boxes and I wanted to display the addition result. That is my requirement. So I believe you understood this. Now in order to get the user interface something like this, obviously in the calc.html file we must write the code inside the calc.html file approximately something like this. The HTML file must contain HTML tag, head tag and maybe script tag and a body tag, and inside this body tag probably you will be defining X text box like this. Input type is equals to text, ID is equals to, assume it as tbx. Next Y, input type is equals to text, ID is equals to tby and probably br tag. Next input type submit. Next ID is equals to btn submit. Next value is equals to submit. And as usual, when the end user clicks on this button control, or when the end user clicks on this button control, I said we need to call a JavaScript function for performing the addition operation. And let us say I created the function like this, function fn, let's say 1. My requirement is I need to call this function, I need to call this fn1 function when the end user clicks on add button. So how to write the code for calling the JavaScript function? Obviously we know that we must write onClick is equals to fn1, right? So coding of the HTML file is completed except this JavaScript function. Later I will show you this JavaScript function coding, but anyhow we know that when we send this entire HTML file code to the browser, I said every browser contains HTML parser. The HTML parser will be converting the HTML code into DOM tree representation, which appears something like this. HTML node will be there, head node and then body node. Inside the body node approximately you will see the first text box node something like this. That is the visible representation of, or the node representation of this text box or this code. Believe you understood. Similar way for the next text box you will see the node something like this, and similar way for the button control approximately node will be appearing like this. Input type submit. Currently I am showing the node for this button control. ID btn submit, value submit, and even that onClick event will be present here, and which is calling fn1 function. Now after creating the DOM tree something like this, this DOM tree will be passed to the drawing engine present in browser, and I said the drawing engine will convert entire thing into the visible representation something like this, and finally end user will observe the output in the browser like this. Now you assume that user types some data, maybe 10 into the text box and some data 20 into the text box. Now you only tell me where exactly this data will be recorded. I already said all user actions will be internally recorded in the DOM tree. So when the user is typing some data into this first text box, actually that data will be recorded in the value property of this first node or of this first node. Similar way second text box data, that is 20, will be recorded in the value property of this corresponding node. Now when the end user clicks on this add button, the JavaScript function will look for the associated function in the onClick event. Obviously we are calling fn1 over here. Now JavaScript engine will try to execute this fn1 function. So inside this fn1 function, we need to read this value properties data and this value properties data, and we need to perform the addition operation. Tell me how to achieve this. Very simple. First we need to get the object reference of this text box, this node. Okay, so how to do this? Very simple. In the JavaScript you must write var v1 is equals to document dot get element by id. The parameter is tbx. You have to pass tbx as input into get element by id function. I already said this get element by id function will search in the DOM tree for the existence of the node whose id is tbx. After identifying the node, automatically v1 variable will be created and it will start pointing to this node. Now how to read this value? v1 dot value. Okay, so I must write var v2 is equals to v1 dot value. Next step, you observe carefully. Because of space constraint here, I am writing the remaining code probably here. Next, I wanted to read this second text box value. What I should do? Very simple. Again I must write var v3 is equals to document dot get element by id. What is the id of this text box? tby. So once this code is executed, this get element by id function starts searching for the node where id value is tby. After identifying this node reference, it will create v3 variable pointing to the node. So obviously var v4 is equals to v3 dot value will be writing. So I believe you understood. Now the next step is we need to perform the addition operation. So when I write var v5 is equals to v2 plus v4, actually our data will be sitting inside this v2 variable now. v1 dot value will give us a 10 and v3 dot value will give us a 20, right? So ideally when you write v2 plus v4, obviously 10 plus 20, 30 must be stored inside this v5, but actually 30 will not be stored, 10, 20 will be stored. Why 10, 20? Well, the reason is very simple. This v2 data will be present in string format and even v4 data is also present in string format, and hence because of using this plus operator, the joining of two strings will be happening. 10 and 20 will be clubbed together, but anyhow the addition operation will not be performed over here. I believe you understood. This is joining operation, joining two strings. 10, 20 will be joined and then 10, 20 will be stored inside v5. But anyhow the addition operation will not be performed over here. Now the next question here is what I should do in order to perform the addition operation. Very simple. In JavaScript you must convert string data into integer data. So in order to achieve this, in JavaScript there is a predefined function called as parseInt. Where this predefined function parseInt is present, I already said every browser will be having JavaScript API. That API contains this parseInt function. Now we need to make use of this parseInt function. Let me show you how to use. Now we must write parse int of v2 plus parse int of v4. So v2 will be converted into integer format and then even v4 is also converted into the integer format. 10 plus 20, 30 will be stored inside this v5. So finally you write alert of v5. Obviously we will get the expected result. So all this code you will be writing inside the JavaScript function fn1. I believe you understood the point. This is as simple as this. Now I wanted to show this entire coding directly in my Visual Studio. Now what I will do here is I will try to open my Visual Studio and I will try to create a new website. Once I open new website window, I will be selecting ASP.NET empty website and I will call this as maybe JavaScript DOM reading assignment 1. Let me click on OK. Once I click on OK, I will get the empty Visual Studio, something like this. Now let me click on Solution Explorer and after that I'll go to add new item window. I'll select HTML page and I will give the page name as calci.html and I'll click on add. After creating the new page, I will create the new text boxes, something like this. After creating the text boxes and button control like this, now we need to write the JavaScript code. Inside the header portion, must write something like this: script type text/JavaScript function fn1, and from the onClick event must call fn1 function. Now inside the function, first we need to get the reference of the first text box. Let me write var v1 is equals to document.getElementById tbx. You remember, when you are typing the code in the Visual Studio, in case if you don't follow, or when you are typing the JavaScript code, if you don't follow the naming conventions properly, in case if you typed E something like this, or maybe lowercase letters or uppercase letters, in case if you type maybe uppercase letter in place of lowercase letter or lowercase letter in place of uppercase letter, your JavaScript code will not work properly, and moreover it will not give compilation errors also. That is also one of the important thing. After this, I must write var v2 is equals to v1 dot value, similar way var v3 is equals to document dot get element by id, next tby, next var v4 is equals to v3 dot value, and after this var v5 is equals to parseInt. You observe, parseInt is a predefined function. ParseInt of v2 plus parseInt of v4. After this, alert v5. That's all. Now, if everything is correct, my calculator.html page must be able to display the correct output. Let me click on view in browser now. Now you observe, my browser has received the HTML output including the JavaScript output. Now let me go to view page source just for observing. Okay. So I got the entire HTML and JavaScript code in my browser. Now let us say I typed 10 and then 40. And when I click on submit button, obviously because of this on click, JavaScript function fn1 will be called, and obviously it will display the corresponding result. Yes, we are getting the result. So it means that my code is working fine. So whatever I have explained on the board here, the same thing I have done in my Visual Studio. So next I will be giving you assignments in the next session, but anyhow I strongly recommend you to verify this code in your Visual Studio or maybe in some other editor, whichever the editor you are using for writing JavaScript code. I recommend you to verify this JavaScript code.